Chapter 11. My emotions showed up like, "Ma'am, we've been trying to reach you about your extended warranty." Most of us did not grow up learning what to do with feelings. We did not get Emotional 101. We got, go to your room, quit crying, or don't start. Some of us had parents so stressed that if you even looked emotional, they got mad at you for it. When you grow up in that kind of world, you do not learn how to feel. You learn how to avoid. If your whole childhood taught you that big emotions create big consequences, with slammed doors, silent treatment, punishment, and chaos, then of course you learn to run from your own internal world. Of course you learn to stuff it, hide it, numb it, swallow it, fake it, minimize it. You were trained to. You did not learn emotional regulation. You learned emotional strategy. You became a tiny operator managing adult tempers, reading the room like a storm map, tracking the pressure systems in the people who were supposed to care for you. You did not develop a relationship with your own internal world. You developed a relationship with surviving theirs. You did not grow up thinking, "How do I feel?" You grew up thinking, "Who is about to be mad, and do I need to hide behind the recliner?" Nobody teaches you how to feel safely. They just tell you to stop crying because you are making people uncomfortable. Which is confusing, because everyone else is making you uncomfortable. But you are the one who has to stop. We are raised to treat feelings like inconveniences. Happy is allowed. Everything else gets hidden, buried, silenced, or apologized for. Long before substances take over a life, emotional avoidance gets there first. The child who learns that sadness is too dramatic, that anger is disrespectful, that fear is weak, grows into an adult who believes they must silence themselves in order to be loved, accepted, or simply tolerated. They do not grow up learning how to feel. They grow up learning how to disappear. And those feelings that were never allowed space, like grief, fear, loneliness, and shame, do not vanish. They wait. They collect. They stack. They press against the walls from the inside. And once adulthood arrives, those emotions become louder than the person who carries them. Addiction is not a story about pleasure. It is a story about escape. It is the story of someone who never learned how to feel without consequences. Someone whose emotional world was never met with safety, guidance, or compassion, only correction. So when a substance finally offered predictable relief, the brain grabbed onto it like a life raft. Addiction is emotional avoidance that turned into chemical dependence. Addiction did not walk in as a villain. It walked in as a solution. It said, "I will take that feeling. I will quiet that fear. I will mute that memory. I will shut down that voice in your head. Just hand it over." And for a while, it worked. Until the cost became bigger than the relief. Recovery is emotional literacy that turns back into freedom. It is learning that emotions are not evidence of weakness. They are evidence of being alive. They are signals. They are information. They are the necessary notifications of your nervous system saying, something needs attention. Think of it like this. Your feelings are basically the dashboard lights on the busted Honda Civic that is your nervous system. Anxiety is your 50 miles till empty light. It is not a prophecy of doom. It is your brain saying, "Hey buddy, you might want to pull over and put something in the tank before we end up praying on the side of I-16 again." Depression is your low tire pressure light. Slow, saggy, dragging you to the right like a Walmart cart with a bad wheel. It is not trying to ruin your life. It is saying, "Hey champ, something is deflated in here. Pump it up before we are riding on the rim." Anger is your oil light. It is not a sign that you are a monster. It is your internal engine saying, "Listen, pal, I am about to set myself on fire. Please pour something helpful in me." None of these lights are threats. They are signals. Little emotional mechanics tapping on the glass saying, "Hey man, maintenance please." But when you ignore the lights long enough, When you white-knuckle the wheel and pretend you do not hear the knocking, that is when you end up broken down in flip-flops, thumb out, hitchhiking. And who pulls up? Your old buddy Frankie Fentanyl in a 1998 Dodge Neon. Windows down, bass shaking, 2 hubcaps missing. He leans over and says, "Hop in, bro. I missed you." That is why feelings matter. They are not trying to kill you. They are trying to keep you from getting in Frankie's car again. The truth is simple. Your feelings were never trying to kill you. Your avoidance was. So what now? You do not have to run from the feeling. You learn to let emotions exist. You let them speak long enough to understand what they are trying to tell you. All right, sadness, come sit on the couch. Do not touch my remote. Okay, anger, take a seat. Keep your shoes on. Fine, anxiety, you can come in too, but stay out of my kitchen because I just mopped, and stop reorganizing my spice rack. Most emotions just want acknowledgement. Once they get it, they leave. No explosions, no disasters. Just truth, processed instead of buried. Just a "Hey man, I see you, what's up?" This is the real miracle. Once you stop treating your emotions like enemies, they turn into guidance. They become the part of you that says, pull over, check in, fix what needs fixing. Not threats, signals, authentic internal intelligence.